嘢好多學生都覺得好抽象嘅，呢樣就係 grammar 㗎啦。咁你覺得使唔使即係背死記死背咁樣咧？有冇其他一啲好啲嘅方法，容易啲記得到嘅咧？
我又覺得其實唔係需要死記嘅。舉一個例子咧，例如我哋學preposition 為例。如果你問呢啲學生其實咩叫 preposition， 即係介詞，可能你查埋字典查中文嘅字典嘅話，會寫你聽係介詞。可能俾個例子就係 in、on、into、under 咁樣。但係試問有啲同學會認真去考究下咩叫 preposition？preposition 我哋點樣用？其實介詞 preposition 係我哋用作去講出一個喺介詞之後緊接嘅一個詞類。我問大家，介詞之後通常係咪緊接啲乜嘢㗎？即係 in 啊、on 啊、under 啊、within 啊之後係跟名詞嘅。咁介詞就係講出咗同後邊緊接嘅嗰個名詞嘅關係，係邊方面嘅關係咧？係時間、空間同埋方向嘅關係，即係 time, place and direction。例如 I put the dictionary on the table. I have something in my pocket. 係咪 ？What are you going to do during the Christmas holiday？ 咁 during 咁就係喺當中啦咁樣。咁咪帶出一個呢方面方向啦、地方啦，同埋就係時間嘅關係。咁我覺得其實唔係好難㗎。用翻嚟頭先嗰個例子，一段假期有開始有結束，喺呢個期間當中，我哋通常會用係 during a period 或者 in a particular period， 係咪？呢本書擺啲嘢喺本書嘅上面 ，I put the remote control on the book。但係如果我寫啲嘢喺本書裏邊咧 ，is being described in the book 喺本書裏邊有形容到㗎。咁其實我覺得唔需要特別去死記啊，係咪？咁所以我諗係攞個邏輯出嚟。如果你話西方人佢喺以前發明一啲 preposition 嘅用法嘅時候，我相信都係跟呢個邏輯。咁我哋就係需要諗下，我哋而家學英語作為外語，我哋點去推想翻西人當中喺以前嘅時候點樣去諗呢個邏輯出嚟咧？舉咗個例子就係字典嚇，一本書，一間床獨可能挖空咗本字典喺裏邊，有個窿裏邊擺咗裏邊。我話 there's some drug in the dictionary， 真係喺本字典裏邊挖咗個窿嘅，好似個盒一樣嘅，你咪講邏輯咯，係咪？如果我喺字典當中要揾啲答案出嚟 ，look it up from the dictionary， 喺字典當中揾個答案出嚟，咁我用 from 咯。咁我覺得似乎唔需要特別去死記啦。但係當然我哋需要接觸英文，有足夠嘅頻密程度接觸英文，然後去感受到嗰種邏輯出嚟。所以我覺得呢個係唔需要死記嘅。舉多個例子啦，例如 modal verb 係叫情態動詞，係所謂譬如佢 can 啦、could 啊、would 啊咁樣。好多同學可能唔知道can、would、could、must、ought to 係點用。咁你又查一查字典，其實 modal verb 嘅意思係情態動詞，又係一樣一個 modal verb 後邊緊接嘅肯定係一個 verb 嚟嘅。You must do it, he must go, we should leave 等等。咁我哋講出咗後面帶出咗一個動詞嘅嗰種感覺，係以邊方面嘅感覺咧？第一個就係 permission 係准許，第二個係 possibility 可能性，第三個咧就係 intention 係一個意願。舉一個例子，如果小朋友未做完功課，佢同媽媽講 Can I watch TV？ 咁呢個媽媽就講笑就講 Of course you can watch TV. We got the dictionary. We got the TV in front of you, and you can simply press the button and watch it. But you may not watch it. 如果大家聽我講就話，媽媽話電視機喺你面前，你梗係睇多啦，撳著咪睇多啦，你咪睇到咯咁。但係唔準睇。呢度講出咗，其實媽媽想個孩子問係問 May I watch TV， 而唔係 Can I watch TV， 因為佢係應該講緊個準許性，可唔可以，而唔係能唔能夠咯會。咁我又覺得呢啲其實係唔需要死記咯。You've been living in Hong Kong for quite a while. What's your impression on the standard of, the English standard of local students?
I think the local students.
Be honest.
Well, it's not as good as I thought they would be in terms of their standard. There's a lot of Hong Kong style spoken English.
Okay.
A lot of translating directly from Cantonese to English. to the point where a Westerner would not understand.
Okay, so you're saying that, put it simply, Hong Kong students typically are not able to express themselves in English.
Yes, I also feel that they don't have a lot of creativity. They're always lost for what to say. So what would you suggest?
Well, I suppose that's very much to do with the learning culture of Hong Kong students. I suppose most students are told to or are recommended to follow templates, and they're not encouraged to come up with their own ideas and to be able to come up with the simple words and expressions and then to explain themselves accordingly. So that's the problem.
Okay.
What do you reckon? You know, how would, a British kid learn English?
I think the difference between a British kid and a Hong Kong kid is that the Hong Kong kids don't read enough, they don't think enough, they just follow rules and follow guidelines to the point where they don't know what to insert into the gaps. The teacher tells them to use a certain framework, but they have no ideas to put into the blanks. So I think that's very problematic. I think they need to fix that very quickly.
So as you've been teaching local teenagers for a while, so what sort of approaches are you using? And do you find these approaches effective and realistic?
I think children need to come into contact with lots of different kinds of media and documents and things like that. They need to know about society, they need to know what's going on in the news, they need to form their own opinions, to express that in their writing, in their speaking, and during exams.
Well, stop that. Well, vocabulary is a big hurdle for them to get through all these new experience. So what would you recommend to them in order to improve, to enrich their vocabulary? Otherwise, they just couldn't do all those things that you suggested.
Well, vocabulary is something that you build over time. You can't just memorize and, memorize 20 new words and be able to use them 5 months down the line in the exam. A more realistic approach is to read more, come into contact with new words, when they don't know the words, to solve the problem, to find out what it means. And the way to do that is to use a dictionary. No one's going to have a human translator to tell you what exactly a certain word means all the time. I think the tool of a dictionary will tell you exactly what it means in a very efficient way. And slowly, when you come into contact with it more, for example, if you have a new word, first time, I'm not sure what that means, let's look it up. Second time, oh, I think I've seen that word before, but let's check it again. Third time, it might actually register and stick into your brain.
Okay, but definitely not using electronic dictionaries, instantly, nor Google Translate.
No, because you have to be very lucky. Half the time, the results aren't what you were looking for. They don't give you the correct answers. So
for those students who are very serious about the learning of the language, they may have to be very, very lucky for a long period of time in order to succeed if they depend on Google Translate. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of students have tried copying and pasting a whole sentence into Google Translate, and when it comes out, it just doesn't make sense at all. And that's because certain words like discount and discount could be different word uses. It could be a verb, it could be a noun. And it all depends on what the sentence is made up of.
Yeah, okay. Just to share with you one episode, I've been doing a lot of lecturing in some universities in Hong Kong, and plagiarism is very serious. And I come across a lot of assignments, major assignments, and people simply cut and paste and put a whole chunk of text into assignments, and I would naturally give them, and I have to give them 0. So this is a sort of culture not very good, not applied in the learning of a language. Okay, thank you very much. So lastly, what would you recommend to the teenagers of Hong Kong?
Well, I would recommend that to learn a language, it's nothing that can be solved overnight. You can't just have some magic potion that suddenly improves your English over 1 week or 2 weeks before the exam. I think it takes time, it takes a passion, and
patience.
patience, yes, very much, and also the right way to learn English.
Okay, thank you very much.